This is the Progetto 65 tier 10 medium tank, top of the line, and this is supposed to be my reaction video. And reaction video means this is supposed to be my first game in it, but I'll be honest with you, this is probably my 20th game in the Progetto, and the reason being is because I couldn't definitively give an honest reaction into this tank. Ooh, let's kill the blue guy first. This guy was trying to team kill and he turned blue, so me and my teammates are gonna finish him off first. Yep. Okay, so let's make our way. This is Murvanka, right? And we need to get behind the windmill if we can. And as I was saying, I'm about 20 games into this Progetto, and the reason being is because I couldn't get, I couldn't decide if this tank was actually any good or not. And after this game, then I more accurately able to depict how I view this tank. So anyway, again, this is an auto reloader, but better than the tier 8 and 9. This has 4 shells, which means you can clip someone with 4 shells if you want. Now let me take care of this Sheridan first. He's got a small gun, but too bad for him. Okay, I've finished all my shells. Now we're in a position where I don't know if we should push. Oh, we definitely shouldn't push, because that is a 705A. And I'm not saying this is a bad tier 10 medium tank, but as tier 10 medium tanks go, this has 0 armor, no armor to speak of. And in a pure tier 10 environment, this wouldn't be a very strong contender. But if you were in a 3-5-7 matchup or a 5-10 matchup, then you'd be alright, because if you were top tier, you'd be okay, because the gun is going to carry you through a game. But in a full tier 10 matchup like this one, you can see my teammate up there, he's on his own, and look how quickly he melts. And that's because in a pure tier 10 matchup, you really need a little bit of armor to help you carry through the entirety of the game. One thing I noted, you need to notice about this Progetto 65 is you can be one-shotted by the FV4005. It's already happened a couple of times to me. So I would assume that anything with a big HE gun, like the 4005 or the 215B 183, the Type 5, anything with a huge HE gun, I think it's going to be able to one-shot your Progetto 65. Which is why I feel that it's a little bit unfortunate, because the tier 8 and tier 9s were so good. I felt like when I played the tier 8s and the tier 9s, they could hold their own. Well, I mean, I can't definitively say that for sure because I only played one game in those tanks. But even though I played only one game in those tanks, I could get a sense that it was something that was going to be able to be competitive at that tier. Because if you're in top tier, you're gonna do great, and if you're in bottom tier, you still have that mobility and burst damage that you could use. And in the tier 8s and the tier 9s, you could still run away if you wanted to. In the tier 10s, however, like I said, if this was a 3-5-7 matchup or a 5-10 matchup where the Progetto 65 is the top tier, then I don't see any issues with it being outperformed. I think it would do very well in those kind of matchups. But in this kind of matchup in particular, the pure tier 10 matchups, this is when you're gonna face some challenges because you're gonna deal with a lot of other very powerful tanks like the 4005, like the 268 V4, like the 430U, like the 5A IS7, and artillery. Not to mention, artillery can really do some damage on this very lightly armored tank. So I'm a little bit disappointed with the tier 10, but I would say I think Wargaming would be hard pressed to make the Progetto 65 any more powerful than it already is. I think there's room for it to be buffed, but I think what they're doing is protecting themselves. Instead of making it more powerful than it needs to be, they're giving themselves some room for them to improve upon this tank or buff it later in the patch or later in a couple of patches if they find that the Progetto 65 is underperforming, which is maybe a good idea, maybe a good thing for them to do, because if they come out with something that's too strong in tier 10, then it might look bad on them if later on they are forced to roll back or nerf the Progetto 65. So anyway, that's my reaction on the Progetto 65. I think it's slightly underwhelming. It's after playing the tier 8 and tier 9, I feel a bit disappointed that this is the tier 10. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Anyway, let's take a look at the results. Here it is, second class, and I think 3000 something, whatever, over 1000 XP. Anyway, I think I'm going to play a lot of the tier 8s and 9s and enjoy them, and maybe buy the tier 10 a lot later and take my time with the tier 10. Thanks for watching, man. See you on the next one.